Okay, so last week we said, hey, when we continue, you guys are going to be killed on a rock in the river. But we're not going to start with you guys being killed on a rock in the river, because we want to explore a couple of things that happened during your downtime, which is to say the days leading up to you being killed on a rock on a river. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about rumors from the Mossy Temple and the Oldwood that were acquired by going to speak with the owner of the Third Wish, a lovely centaur. So let me grab those rumors for you real quick. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not it. That's not it.
Took me a moment to realize what this music is from.
There we go. All right. So you ask about the Mossy Temple. You want to find out more about the Mossy Temple and the nymph that dwells there. So while you're touring the city and you swing by the Third Wish and introduce yourself to Thyla, the centaur wizard who basically left her home in the Old Woods to study the arcane magic of the settlers of Thylea. You strike up a conversation with her, and as a fellow native race to Thylea who essentially was attracted to the lifestyle and culture of the settlers, and also makes a living off the settlers, she kind of felt a kinship towards you. So you do get her talking during sort of a slow spell in the store, and you ask about the Mossy Temple and the dryad named Demetria who lives there. Now in Thylea, dryads are a type of nymph. They are similar to dryads from other worlds and settings, but they certainly don't adhere to any sort of alignment because again, Thylea is a land of actions, oaths, promises, deeds, and less declarations of like good and evil. However, she had a pretty bad time. Demetria had a sister who was also a dryad. And dryads are linked to magical trees, and the trees kind of contain their basically immortality. A legendary hero came and chopped down her sister's tree and to use as the mast of his great sailing ship. Yeah. And she sort of lost her mind because her sister essentially died from this act, and nobody seemed to care. Yeah, so that soured her tremendously against the settlers of the region. And over the years, she has become more and more reclusive and more dangerous. It is said that she will often lure travelers, particularly young ones, into her lair, where she will ply them with wine and entertainment, and ultimately turn any of the women or young women that she captures into maenads, which are basically wild fey women, and maybe eat the men and boys. Yeah. She's also fond of goatlings, which are small and wicked fey creatures that resemble satyrs, but heavier on the goat. And it is said that the Mossy Temple is crawling with the creatures because she is so fond of them. Yeah. So further, questions. Basically, you find out that the Dragonlord Esther Arkolander is the one who rolled up onto that scene and chopped down that tree.
My goodness, that sounds awful.
Yeah, he used it to build the ultimate ship, the Ultros, which is strong enough to sail any seas, including the outer seas and Forgotten Sea. It was argued that he had to do it because without such a ship, they would never have been able to fight back against the Titans. So that's that's the big lore drop you got from asking about the Mossy Temple. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Also of interest was Talus wanted to take some time to speak with Pythor. So sure, you are able to speak with Pythor. Pythor is, a mess. The days after the play and his meeting with his son, because we're going to do this wibbly wobbly out of order, have left him emotional, to say the least. The drinking problem is still heavily in effect. More potatoes have arrived from the outlying farmsteads to replenish the potato famine that he had caused with his addiction to cheesy potatoes. He has commandeered all those new potatoes as well. And Talus, you do find him deep in his 14th bowl of cheesy potatoes and 30th bowl of wine when you seek an audience with him. So he looks up at you, bleary-eyed, red-nosed, stinking.
Great King, I wish to have a word with you if possible.
You're that automaton that threw your wicked ring and lopped off the head of the fleeing Sydonite. Or so the song says.
Well, I can assure you the song speaks true.
That's quite a move. I heard you allowed yourself to be blasted into the air by a geyser.
Yes, gave me a great advantage for.
Yeah, the halflings that dwell outside the city, I believe they would call that a yeet. You yeeted yourself to victory. Doesn't sound so good in a song, I don't think.
No,
Honestly, at first I thought it was some sort of sex act that the halflings would perform for coin, but no matter how much drachmae I gave them, none of them could yeet me more than, say, 6 inches.
I'm sure they tried to the best of their ability.
Yes, well, they are small. So, you sought audience with me. Here I am, resplendent.
Yes, I wish to speak to you about 2 things. One, I have recently found through dreams that have been unlocked
2?
the origin.
Construct stream?
Not normally, but it seems this place has influence. At least some of the Titans have influence on dreams.
You must be referring to Kyra's song of the dreaming, wherein you guys went completely crazy and tried to kill each other.
Thankfully, my dream, I don't know if my dream was better or worse than others. Mine actually revealed something that had been lost to me.
Please, tell me. I am curious of the lands beyond the seas. I too am from beyond the seas.
Seems where I'm from, we were created, I guess, originally to be soldiers and items of war. To fight in place of people.
I mean, so is every child of Eregia.
Exactly. But in my dream, I saw scores of my kind tearing each other up, all for the whims of something beyond ourselves. Something we had no control over.
So you were a soldier?
Yes.
In many nations, mortal soldiers feel the same way. They are thrust into battles they don't understand, forced to kill people they've never met, and they know that if they ever try to stop, they'll be killed as traitors and deserters. Your experience, even as a clockwork being, is not so different than most.
No, and I think even beyond what your automaton here and golems, I think we were created with actually a spark of a soul to encourage our free thinking.
So you worry that perhaps those left behind in your old world suffer under the yoke of slavery.
Being constructed, we physically don't know any better than to have a master. Here has been an eye-opening experience.
Indeed.
To be able to choose one's own path. I wish for others of my kind to have that ability.
I see.
But in my lands, I do not believe the gods walk amongst the people. I thought speaking to a god of war, since I'm a creation of war, might allow me some insight.
I see.
And also has sparked somewhat of a kinship of my respect for you, and knowing that you are a deity that represents exactly what I was created for.
Well, what it sounds like is that you want to go home and enlighten your people so they at least have the freedom to choose what they do, to choose if they'll fight or if they'll die free in their hearts with their decision. Or perhaps, do you seek more? Do you seek to raise an army? Break the shackles that bind them? shackles in their minds.
I seek for them to have freedom to make their own decisions in life. Yeah. Even the most basic of soldier had a choice at one point of any of the other races. They could choose the path they were on. My people are made as servants, but I think they didn't expect the spark they gave us to mean that we can be so much more than just a construct.
I see. Well, is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish? Yeah, nothing else.
No. The second thing I wish to address, I fear you may take a little hard.
It can't be much harder than watching my own citizens laugh at my mistakes performed by midgets.
That is part of which I wish to speak to you about. You are a god of war, and yet you are ignoring a war on your own people.
I am a god of war in an age of peace.
Yes, the physical war may be done, but the war of the mind is still very much alive. It is still the same tactics that you use in military. Just appeal to your people's desires. Make them see what makes you great.
My sisters have given me this talk before, and it's easy words for them. One is wise, and the other clever. I'm just a brute. Who am I to outthink titans who were there when these ridiculous rules were made?
Well, then you figure out a way to do the brutal way. Throw feasts. Have combat.
There will come a time
things that pay tribute to you.
When the age
of peace. You can have gladiatorial fights.
Yes. We have games. We have coliseums. We have all of these things. How is that supposed to stop things like these priests coming in and just declaring which of my citizens must die?
Well, part of the problem is you have made yourself look soft. You are a god of war, yet you no longer resemble those images that are depicted.
He kind of blearily looks up at the tapestry of him looking dope as hell, and then he sort of looks back at you like he can't really understand what you're saying. Like, when he looks at the two pictures that HR has presented, like, there's no difference, like, between the two pictures. Like, he doesn't really understand what you mean. He just kind of squints at you. Are you trying to say that I'm less somehow than I was? Because if that's what you're saying, I am less. I give peace a chance. I try to settle down. I try to make a life for myself as a mortal among the mortals. I even try this monogamy thing. And you know what happens? They get taken from me. Over and over and over again. I can't make war. I can't seem to make peace.
You cannot directly lay war on the Titans, but you could lay war just as they do on you. It may not be a war of open words, but you are a smart and clever battle lord. You know what the morale of your soldiers needs. And think of your people as your soldiers.
All right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Wish I was better at that.
I think we all do. All right. He pushes.
-1, that's not bad. Damn.
Yeah, he pushes his bowl of cheesy potatoes away. And he says, you have said enough, warrior from another world. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Please leave.
As you wish.
All right.
I'll bow appropriately and walk away.
So before that conversation happened, Philippocles, you delivered news of the deal you made. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. So Philippocles, you roll up on your dad. Probably a similar situation. Maybe you find him like recreating that Wolverine meme, you know, where he's like laying in his bed or like on a chaise or whatever, holding a picture and like touching it with 2 fingers with like a longing look on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Like I kind of feel like I'm kind of feeling that vibe. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I think I even know which picture he's probably looking at. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Maybe not. The picture depicts a beefy green dragon. So as you kind of roll up on him, he is staring intently at a beefy green dragon. An artist rendition, obviously, because, you know, it's fantasy times. As he sees you approach, he sort of slowly puts the picture face down. Not like a kid caught with like a porno mag or anything, but just, you know, it's a private picture. He doesn't want you to see it. So, yeah.
Yeah, Phil would approach him and he'd be like, "Father."
Yeah. How did it go with the oxen?
The oxen weren't good enough for him. So
Those are really good oxen.
and we may yet have use of them, but I do come bearing good news. I have come to terms with the Dragonlord Gaius, and my fellowship and I will be taking Enora's place on the Rock of Est.
He sits up and kind of puts his foot down too hard and just smashes the marble floor with the impact of it. And as he stands up, he tips over the 1,600-pound marble chaise that he was on, as if it were nothing. He grabs you hard by both your forearms and shakes you. What did you do? You traded one sorrowful situation for another?
Do not fear. My allies and myself, we have no intention of being sacrificed, so stand against whatever Sydon sends for us and survive the night.
Will you? Perhaps you will. You have my blood, you have my strength. But these others... Think of your tiny halfling friend Alexei. What would he do? Those basilisks, two bites, maybe, and his tiny frame will be destroyed.
I won't let them touch him.
What of the Arisian? She plays at being a strong warrior, but she is but a willowy twig. Deep in my cups, I made a pass at her. It's good I didn't. I would have broken her bones with my incredible manhood.
Oh my god.
I am not trying to insult your allies. I've heard the songs. I know that they're great. Especially that yeeting robot. But you have to understand. These Sidonites, they play the game well. If they agreed to this, it's because they think they have something. Some trick up their sleeve.
Oh, my allies are clever. And I do believe in them.
Well, shall I be the one to tell your sister the good news?
Yeah. That sounds good.
Or would you like the honor?
I wouldn't want to worry her.
I won't lie, at first she seemed quite taken with you. But now she doesn't even like me to speak of you. Something sour happened between you.
Not really sour. We must look forward to what's to come.
All right. If you excuse me, I've received word that more potatoes have arrived in the city, and I will be commandeering them as is my right as king.
That it is. Go get your potatoes, father.
All right. As he leaves, there's a moment where he's forgotten his picture. Do you seize upon the moment or no?
If he doesn't notice, I'll take a little sneak peek.
Okay. Yeah, it is gosh, yeah, it's kind of hideous. But I mean, I guess if you're pansexual, I guess maybe it's not so bad. But yeah, she has a great many teeth, a great many spines, and a great many horns. The signature frill mohawk of a green dragon is less pronounced, but still noticeable in the artist rendition. He kind of turns on his heel. Forgot. And he kind of comes back. Oh, yeah, that. I was trying different things. And he
Phil
kind of
just saying it to him.
Okay. He reaches for it and kind of walks away.
It's so awkward.
And the thought occurs to you that maybe you've got like, I don't know, like half dragon, half siblings, like somewhere in the world. Is this where Dragonborn came from? Yeah. Those are the big mysteries when you meet your dad. All right. So we have kind of caught up on all that biz. Now, you guys discussed in strategy some pretty hype maneuvers that you were going to try to pull. You also had some general downtime stuff. It sounds like Hypatia kind of buried herself in scroll work and the study and acquisition of new spells. Anastasia began to find her joy again, and her mood lightened, and her ability to fly returned? ?
Yes.
Yes. All right. And during this time, Reset continued to spend a great deal of time with you, training and just generally building companionship. Alexei, Philippa sought you out a number of times to practice sparring and blind fighting.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So, of all of the different plans that you've come up with, which one would you like to enact before we raise the curtain on you guys at the Rock of Esther, trussed up like, Thanksgiving Day turkeys, ready for giant Komodo dragons to come and eat you?
Do you want us to very quickly tell you everything that we're going to do?
Yeah, I mean,
also so the viewers can see
anything that you would like to take place before the Rock of Esther, it happens right now. So, like, what is the situation here?
Okay. Well, first thing, we are going to talk to someone in town about antitoxins.
Okay.
So
Easily
we're
done.
going to see if there's, I guess a potion shop or herbalist. And we want to buy a few.
All right. The standard price for such things is quite expensive. I believe it's 50 drachmae per dose.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And how big are these? Are they like normal potion size?
Unfortunately, they are sort of normal potion size. Yeah.
I think
Do
you said we
they-
could drink them before to.
You can. They have a
Imbibe-
duration, I believe, of like an hour.
An hour, yeah. Which
Yeah, okay.
might not
Yeah.
work out for us because it took them like 6 hours or so to get
Yes, it is a vial of liquid, so it might be smaller than a healing potion. Being a vial, maybe a little bit smaller. It's you getting advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. So
there. Oh, saving throws. It's not resistance.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
yeah,
I
a
thought
potion
you
of
said the
poison resistance would be, significantly more expensive. But
Okay.
you could, in the time that you have, find one, but you would have to pay, whatever the price is for it.
Sell some of the oxen we have.
I mean, your dad did just kind of give you these oxen to make the trade, so if he was willing to lose the oxen anyways. Wow, that was fast on that meme. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I just looked over. That's amazing. Wow. Yeah, take DM inspiration for that one. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Let me see. Potion of resistance. They're not that pricey. Since you have time, especially, they can get you potions of poison resistance 300 drachmae each.
So that's 6 cows.
Yeah, I guess
Was it 50,
that math. Yeah, that
50?
maths out. Yeah, if you.
Well, remember we need cows for
Yeah, for the deal I was
the
hoping.
basilisks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need.
Use
We
probably half
can
of them and
probably
then give them
get
the
one.
half that live, if they live. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we need to put like. I'm
What are we-
thinking
sell
15 is
10?
probably.
No, 10 and send the rest.
Yeah.
Does it
Yeah,
only
if you
give
sell
resistance
10.
for an hour?
I believe that is how a potion of resistance works. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There's still a matter of transporting it and getting it, so just keep that in mind before you're spending
Yeah,
all the
we
money
also
on it.
before we buy it, we need to see if like they have a way to contain it in, I don't know, some sort of maybe like a Tide Pod.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So you explain what you're after to your various NPC allies and whatnot, and it's actually Linus who comes through for you, and he says, listen, if this is something that you're trying to do, why not put it into a very thin wineskin? Eh? There's no rule that says potion have to stay in the potion bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just need to wrap it in something and put it in your mouth, Phil. And then you can drink it whenever it's time.
Or maybe could we put it in
Why don't-
like
Why don't we just
wax?
take like a jug and then just say like this is part of our ceremony to do this thing, and then
We'll be
inside the
like
jug
those
is
those drug mules. who,
Oh
like,
man,
swallow
Linus
bags of,
like snaps his
oat.
fingers excitedly at that suggestion, and says, "Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, you put it in, you mix it with some wine.
There you go.
Eh? Yeah. Oh, even better. I can get you decanter that pours wine when you tip it one way, and pours poison when you pour it another. Don't
But we
ask
don't
any.
want
Don't,
poison.
well, obviously, Arisian, you don't poison yourself. Just like you can put potion in any container, you would put your potion in the poison part. And he does the smart guy meme, and he points to his big bald forehead, and he's like, "It's sometimes you can't fight your way out of a situation, Arisian." That's all I'm saying.
Would you drink out of a toilet bowl?
If I was going
Even
to
if
get
it was clean.
resistance to poison and fighting poisonous creature, yes.
I think I would too.
Yes.
All right.
I would
Yeah,
drink it.
that's
I would drink
yeah.
it out of Lutheria's asshole.
That's
Right.
okay.
That's kind of different.
So this is.
But
sacrifice
actually,
is-
I would probably drink a lot of things out of. She's very attractive. But you understand what I mean.
Yeah, we can
I
say
do.
this is our It's a sacrifice to Sydon, right? But we can bring this wine with us, and it has the potion inside. And we can say that it's for Thylea, or like but to both of them, since they work together. And then they might let us take it. It might be a persuasion. I don't know.
Yeah. Linus looks to Alexei and says, Alexei, you have very wise friends.
Indeed.
So I can get you this decanter. It will be 25 drachmae.
And the potion will be how much?
If you'd like to buy the potions from me, I can get them for you for the standard rate. So it's really, do you want to get the resistance to poison from this guy, or do you want to get it from the third wish, essentially?
That seems fine.
It's the same price, right?
Yeah, it's a competitive market, but you know.
So, okay. I think we could afford one. If it's 500.
They're 300 apiece.
300 apiece. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we sell 10 oxen, we could afford, I guess, 3. 3 of them plus the decanter.
Well, the oxen are worth, what, 500 gold each? 100 gold each? No, they're 100. Yeah, they're 100 each. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we sell 10, we can afford 3 plus a decanter.
All right, fair enough.
And we'll have 75 gold extra.
Sure. Sounds good.
Which we'll use to stash the weapons and gear. Well, weapons, I guess.
So what other arrangements would you like to make?
Hypatia. You can go.
Well, I guess since we're just here still talking to him and securing the money and all that stuff with the potions, making sure that we have someone to hide our weapons there.
Well, I was actually going to take care of that. Wrap the weapons in an oil skin, and I'll walk along the bottom of the river. Because I don't need to breathe, so I'll just walk along the bottom of the river so they can't see me, and just place it close by. And walk back to the shore with a rope. And
what if you do get
tie
caught,
the
though?
rope to the shore?
Let's just talk about what happens if you get caught doing that, though.
What am I doing wrong?
You're sneaking into the temple? It's like a
it's open air, if you recall.
It's a public temple.
Yeah, it was a rock before it was a temple. Like, just sort of over time, and a lot of it has to do with they're doing a hardcore PR campaign right now, the Titans, because they're starting to come back into fashion and popularity. So to kind of really draw in more worshippers, they were like, let's doll it up a little bit. So, they've got there's no roof or anything. It's just a series of beautiful pillars and, walls and stuff to sort of guide and direct interested pilgrims who would like to watch the sacrifices. It would be pretty easy to access if you just walked under the water and dropped it off and left.
Right.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
These are mortal men that guard the site, and there's really only 2 when it's not being used that just basically are there to make sure there's no vandals or anything.
And none of them are probably jumping in the water.
Oh yeah,
especially if there's basilisks.
Honestly, imagine that you're a normal ass person who's working a security shift. Do you really think to yourself, I wonder if a robot guy is going to walk along the bottom of the river and hide something next to this rock? No, you watch in the entrance of the temple. You look at the river to see if any boats are coming by. Done skis. So yeah,
all right, cool.
I would, don't worry about that. You guys are not high enough in level that we're dealing with super high security stuff.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'll bring a rope to the shore and tie it off to a tree.
So it doesn't get washed away, kind of thing.
I have
or are you
an
just gonna
idea,
anchor it down?
Talus. Could you just leave your Stimpy there with it? Does it need to breathe as well? Could it?
Oh, that's a
wait
really
there?
good point.
Just bring the rope up to us when we need it.
I suppose it could.
All right.
But if Peritos gets that rope in my hand, I will get the weapons aboard the rock.
Damn, that's hype. Okay. All right. Any
Same
other
day delivery
preparations?
service. All right.
So Hypatia had a few things, so we gotta make sure
Okay.
those go through. She said she wanted to contact her school to see if she could get a
Alright.
scroll of darkness from them.
Okay. There is time to definitely have one delivered. But she will have to pay the cost of it. I believe a darkness is a second level spell.
Well, isn't Talus
Yeah.
capable of using fog or fog cloud?
Yeah, I could do fog cloud.
I think that's more on
Then
theme for
nifty
this
ranger
temple too.
ability.
Yeah, I mean, if
I like
she
Bachman.
wants it, she would just pay the cost, which is only 120 gold. Or sorry, drachmae. Drachmae.
Well, yeah, I guess she can decide when she comes back. She also wanted to buy the mysterious pigment.
All right, I will make
yeah.
sure that is marked off of the inventory then.
Yeah, so I gave her 104 gold to help with that cost.
Okay.
And then something was supposed to happen with me on the 11th.
Oh yeah, gosh, I almost forgot.
I didn't.
Oh.
I had 1 week to think.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me grab my notes real quick. The 11th. Something super important to your character happened. Let's see.
Yeah, you told me that a week ago. Haunted my dreams for a week.
Oh yeah. Okay. While I'm grabbing that, you guys should do any last minute in character prep discussions that you might have, or revisit anything super smart you had in the Discord while I grab that. So hold on just a sec.
Okay, so we have three of the potions. Who has poison resistance already?
I do.
There it is.
Okay.
And I think Hypatia said that she doesn't have
Saving
It's a
throws.
Medusa.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Phil definitely should have it because you're going to be tanking most of it.
Please.
Should we give it to the weak to Anastasia and Hypatia because they have less HP, or they're less bulky?
The
I was
weak.
thinking
Give
we
it
give
to
it
the
to the frontliners like myself, probably Alexi, and probably Reset. That's what I was. Hopefully, hopefully Anastasia and Hypatia just stand in the middle, safe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the gaze taken out, they should be okay. Yeah, if we surround the platform, so the 3 of us are taking all the hits, it should be okay.
I'm gonna just try and grab one of them and just hold it away from.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
focus
you-
them down. I think Alexi has a little thing to help us focus them down.
Yeah.
All right. And
I
I
have a
need to
thing.
find the finest shepherds in all of Astoria.
Yep. That's our main plan.
Do we remember though? Because I think it's mentioned previously that the harpies check in on the basilisk. So if we remember what the time frame of that is, 'cause ideally we want them to bring the oxen to the lair after they've done checking on it, before, so there's not enough time to like.
I think the harpies followed them all the way. I think what's best is we just tell them to take the oxen to this location
On the day.
if on the evening of the full moon, and they can keep whatever survives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, maybe not worded like that.
Well, no, I was thinking.
Yeah,
It was like they take 10, or like 15, and then when they come back, they get 25.
No, let's just give them 20, and then 20 they can have if it's successful.
Well, then if they're gonna have 20 anyway, then
See,
they could just take
I'm worried
20
about
and
them
leave.
if they're there. That the harpies will.
Yeah,
I think what we do is we tell them, take these oxen to this location,
and then they can leave. Yeah.
And then they can leave, and in the morning, we'll give them the rest.
Yep.
To do with what they please.
All right.
We should just trust
So-
it up a little bit.
Or we could talk.
If they ask
or we
questions, we tell them not to ask.
If we have your Thieves Guild guy do it, he'll do it for the sheer fact of he doesn't want to lose clients, especially as well paying as you guys have done.
Mm-hmm.
And him acting as a middleman, let him worry about the payment for people.
Oh, that also creates a third party essentially. So, which is good and bad. Good because you didn't do it, somebody else did. Bad because if somebody comes down hard on them, will they try to sell you out, or will they just kind of take the hit essentially?
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to dress it up as like maybe one of us had a vision, and then we're the chosen the oracle, so they'll try and listen to us anyway. And then we tell them that we've been gifted these magical oxen, and they need to be here at this place at this time.
I can listen
Oh,
to
but
more.
you're thinking of taking the same idea and filtering it through the Thieves Guild, essentially? So the Thieves Guild kind of spreads those rumors, and then someone volunteers, maybe, to come and watch your oxen?
Maybe.
You could do that.
Yeah, I just didn't want the
feel like
people
we're
who got to do it get
overcomplicating
in trouble for it. But
Either way,
They're not gonna get in
even-
trouble, they're just leaving cows.
Yeah,
there.
even
They're not
if
doing
we-
anything wrong.
Yeah, even if they find out we're the ones that paid them to put the oxen there, that doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't interfere with the sacrifice or anything.
Right.
That's precisely-
Kyra says, oh, no, totally. See, because all you were doing is taking care of the oxen that your father gave you, that you wanted to give to Gaius and Sydon, and they didn't want them, so you had to put them somewhere.
That's where you gotta put them out the pasture there.
Yeah.
Time to stake them down.
What a horrible coincidence that it just happened to be where it happened to be. Gosh, that sucks.
And even Gaius himself said these oxens aren't good enough. Well, apparently they are. After-
All right.
And the Thieves Guild guys are less likely to get caught because they're the ones who found out where the Basilisk's den actually is. So they'll know exactly where to put them.
And they're putting them at the den itself?
Yeah,
Near
they're
there?
there.
Like
Was on the river
outside, but
somewhere.
like-
Just outside
Oh, that
the
is a brilliant idea. Let's do that.
All right. So I think that you have taken some extremely smart precautions. I cannot wait to see it play out. Before we go over to the Rock of Esther and see how this very clever Odysseus level plan plays out, we will flash back to the 11th of Volkion. So on the 11th of Volkion, you were going through your spear katas, or, some Arisian thing, I guess. Does that sound about right, Reset?
Yeah, at night.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
doing that.
Sure. You're still wearing the locket that you were given by the Oracle that she told you
Yes.
to never take off and to wear all the time?
Yeah, it's still around my neck.
All right. The locket that looks like almost a serpentine dragon, its wings kind of fanning, but it is unable to be opened.
Yep.
All right. On the 11th day, which I guess would be like 7 days, give or take, after you put it on, the locket springs open, and a beautiful turquoise light spills out from it. Do you look upon the inside of the locket?
I would, yeah.
Okay. Roll a saving throw against death.
Against death.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my inspiration here.
Okay, sure. All right. Yeah. you look and you see sort of the worn and faded illustration of a woman. It is inside the locket. The woman has the fair skin and dark hair that you yourself kind of have. And she looks a bit like your mother, but like if your mother was like way cooler. And as you're kind of staring at it, you hear a voice kind of emanate from the locket, and the light from the locket pulses with the cadence of the voice. And the voice says, pretty good, huh? Pretty good looking lady, eh? I was quite the looker, but you know what? What the hell am I doing? I'm a ghost. I don't have to sound old. Yeah, I was, when I was alive, quite a beauty to behold, right? Hello? I can't see anything through this locket, so you really need to give me auditory feedback that I am being received.
Is this you in the picture?
Yes, Katya.
Katya?
Mm-hmm.
I heard this belonged to my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
This locket.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be you then?
Yes, exactly. How long has it been?
Well, what year did you get trapped in here? Did you die?
Oh, I definitely died, yeah. Yeah, I died super bad. Bad death. It's bad time. So, anyways, my will was obviously so incredible, and my resolve and my just everything that I am was just so great, that I just couldn't leave, like, with all this unfinished business. So I am putting all of that unfinished business on you.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got a couple things we need to take care of. I'm gonna need you to found a new order of Dragonlords. Okay. Yeah. Do you need to write this down? I don't know if you have a parchment or writing utensil. I don't know. I'm assuming you don't have like an eidetic memory because you probably,
I have a little notebook here.
Okay.
And she's
great.
scribbling things down.
Yeah. So I'm also gonna need you to find one of the crowns of the Dragon Lord and attune to it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and also while we're at it, find as many dragon eggs as you can, and like raise them to be awesome. This part's gonna be tricky because it take like 100 years, so you may have to cheat. Either cheat death or cheat time. I'm not picky.
Oh, well, you keep talking about these dragon lords.
Sure. Yeah.
I met one the other day.
Okay. Did you not hear the part where I said a new order of Dragonlords? The Dragonlords that you're dealing with right now, they're idiots. You need to start a more badass order of Dragonlords. Call them, I don't know, the plus ultra Dragonlords or something.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be like your mystical ghost grandma guide, So
you're just gonna
just ride around this locket, yeah. So, and I'm like,
can't see anything.
I can't see anything, but I can hear things. So the other night, when you were like, talking about that Anastasia girl, and you didn't think anybody was watching, I kind of had to listen to that. And don't worry, I'm like super, liberated and respect all that. So you do you, and that's fine.
You're not gonna tell anyone.
No, I don't. I don't really want to engage any of your friends in discourse. So it does drain my spirit energy just to have these conversations. So I can't really like just bust out all the time with wisdom and guidance and all that. I'm gonna try to save it for like key moments.
Would it be okay if I talk to you once in a while?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll always be listening, but I may not have the strength to respond.
Risette's just gonna nod, and then realize that she can't see, and say, yes.
All right, cool. Well, oh yeah, it took me a whole like 7 days just to build up enough energy for this conversation. So I'm gonna take a imaginary seat and just kind of recharge. Good luck with your sacrifice that's coming up.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And
have a good rest.
The light slowly dies back down, and the locket snaps shut.
She's gonna tuck the locket. Well, she's gonna keep it worn, but she's gonna tuck it underneath her dress now.
Okay.
So it's not visible.
All right. There you go. So that's what happened on the 11th day of Volkian. So, with all of that established and out of the way, let me move you over to the sacrificial stone so that we can end this campaign. All right. Let's...
Oh, just before we go there, just before we go in, Hypatia wants to hide thieves' tools in her hair and cast Disguise Self.
Sure.
I want to put my pull of collapsing in my hair, kind of held up by the ponytail, like the braid.
Okay.
And I don't know if anyone else wants to do anything just before we go in.
Yeah, I want Hypatia to hold on to my thieves' tools. That'd be ideal. You meant
now,
mine, I'm assuming?
Now, to spare you any embarrassment of like public nudity, in case you're like a little stuck up about that, they do have your sacrificial robes delivered ahead of time.
I did want to ask, with integrated armor, would they not know that my armor's removable? Because I can't remove it unless I'm...
Yeah, I mean, they don't know the difference between your armor and your body. I mean, you're like a servant class, like, tool. You know what I mean? They're not even sure why you're sacrificing yourself, but they want the whole set, so they're like, throw it on there. But they do want you to wear the robes.
Okay.
So you would just, Warhammer style, wear it right over your armor, essentially, which is your body.
Is there any room to hide a greatsword in these robes?
No, the robes are, because Sydon and Lutheria, they like it spicy. The robes are very well fitted. The idea, of course, being as they absorb water from the river, they kind of like get nice and tight on your heroic-y muscles and, bodies. So like the onlookers can kind of see like, a show, essentially, as you were being sacrificed. Like, look at the mighty mortal being that is being slain. They used to just have everybody be naked for the sacrifices, but they're willing to compromise and have you guys wear ceremonial robes. So
I would have minded either way.
All right.
Just put your greatsword down in the river, Talus. That's all right.
Yeah, it would have been included in the wrapped weapons.
I guess I'll put my
I would like to bring something to cover my eyes. What am I thinking? What am I blanking on?
Blindfold?
Blindfold, yeah.
Okay.
Just like a piece of red cloth. I'll tie it around my neck for now, until we get to the ceremony.
I'm gonna put a flask of healing potion with the river bag.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm taking you over to the map. All right, and I think we got different music for this one. Let's see. Yeah. Swap that out real quick. And then I will let you know, essentially, who is in attendance at this thing. I don't want to say that it's a full-on, sports ball game. But it kind of is. It kind of is. You guys are micro celebrities. One of you's dad is the God King of the city. So, there is all of that going on. Let's see. All right, the sacrifice. Okay. So, present at the sacrifice is Gaius. Looking handsome. There he is. Definitely not constipated in that artwork. Just handsome. His beautiful silver dragon, Argon. Just those two alone, you could take them, no problem. There is this river nymph who is possibly a child of Sydon. Sydon has a lot of kids. It's hard to keep track. This is the same guy that administers this ceremony every night at the Rock. His two assistants. A bunch of people trying to look hard, like classic Pythor. They're wearing the classic Pythor skin, available through Astorian loot boxes if you earn up enough Sydon points. And there are supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll round it up to 8. That's way better. Nah, 7's kind of auspicious. We'll get rid of this guy.
It's the 7th
All
episode.
right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You do see over in the tree some harpies. So they're kind of looking over, checking you guys out. Across the river, well within a distance to swim over. It's a big river, but these are some beefy boys. You can see, watching from the other side of the river, sort of that military camp that I mentioned earlier. You see a great many centaurs, a few cyclops, and a few more, soldiers or hoplites of Pythor. On your side of the river, I don't want to choke the map, but there are many people in attendance. Easily several hundred who have gathered to watch this sacrifice. So how things go down tonight will have a huge political and religious impact in the years to come.
Great.
All right. Pushing through the crowds, there is a flash of nearly metallic golden hair as Princess Honora pushes herself to the front of the crowd. She cries out, "Philippocles, you don't have to do this. I had accepted my fate. I was willing to die for this city. And for you." There's a hush and a murmur through the crowd. Everyone look at Philippocles, waiting for that roleplay.
Yeah, Philippocles kind of just like a purchaser amongst everyone. You needn't worry. The oath has already been made.
You see a tear stream down her face. And she just takes a fist, pounds it against your chest. She says, "The fates mock us, even now."
That they may.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Alright. Neither of us.
Live or die, I want to stay and watch. I want to see your fate with my own eyes.
Hopefully you won't have to see much. And Phil would kind of make his way to the sacrifice rock.
All right. Hey, don't worry, Phil. I'll keep her with me. There won't be any stray harpies or arrows. Not on my watch.
Thank you, Auntie.
All right. The ornamental doors are open. The rock glimmers with its very faint illumination enchantment. All right. A sweet boy has been sleeping here for many days. All right. I guess approach so that they may shackle you to the rock. Gaius can't help but sneer as you walk by.
Oh, Hypatia says she says something saucy to Gaius as she's being tied up.
Oh, okay, I got one. Hypatia walks by and says, "Oh, I didn't know everyone was bringing their girlfriend to watch." And the dragon like turns its head and looks at him, and she kind of blushes a little bit. And he just sort of sputters.
I also, as I walk past, kind of want to just look over at Gaius's direction, see if there's anything that is there like a symbol of Dragonlords or a crown or anything that he has.
He is like in his picture they went like casual, but for this event he is wearing a crown of the Dragonlord. They look about as dope as they sound. So a combination like helmet, tiara, crown type deal, totally something that you would craft in like Monster Hunter.
So did Reset share any of the information she had for their dream, or is she keeping that to herself?
With the locket? Not yet. No, she wouldn't have said anything. But I should be able to recognize another crown if I see one.
Yeah, he's decked up in full like anime mech armor, for this event, so that you guys know like just how dope he is, that kind of thing. All right. The water is cool. I mean, this is, Mediterranean climate. It's not unpleasant, but it's not, bathwater warm or anything. As you approach, the priestesses and the priests say, "Excuse me, but what is this decanter for?"
An offering to Lutheria.
Yeah, you will need to drink your offering here. You may only take yourselves, your robes, and your souls with you to the altar.
I hop back off the rock.
Oh yeah. I was just slow on the draw. Yeah. So you guys pour it out. The priest watches as you guys pour out the first one and drink it. Who drinks the first thing? And do you pour a little bit of the 40 ounce out for Lutheria?
We'll have to. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna like tip a little bit out for Lutheria, the wine side, and then the special side. I'm gonna like pour into my mouth like I'm drinking, and I'm just gonna try and hold the potion in my mouth, and then swallow it when I need it.
All right, Gaius comes in. What is the meaning of this? Imbibing something beforehand? Hand it over. I wish to...
Are we not allowed to pay tribute to one of their titans?
Oh, the priest slash nymph does look at him like, dude, you're embarrassing everyone. Gaius then sort of corrects himself and says, I simply wish to toast your sacrifice. Would you pour me a portion as well?
Okay, well, drink all the potion first and then just give it to him.
And he has like a super sly look on his face like, gotcha, bitch.
Well, it's a two-way pouring one, right?
we pour him some wine.
Okay.
From the wine.
No.
All right.
Drink all the potion.
With a sneer, he takes the cup from you.
And then I'll ask, would anyone else like to join in?
And this guy
sacrificial
gasps
offering?
like, oh god, they're gonna poison this dude right in front of everybody. We're gonna have a throwdown. Oh shit, this fight's gonna take at least 4 hours. Look at how many people there are. 5th edition action economy. What are you thinking? And this priest says, I would never turn down a chance to imbibe the sweet grapes that give tribute to wise and beautiful Thylea. Please pour me some as well.
Yeah, we'll give it to that guy too.
All right. So then they raise their thing in a toast, and Gaius says, "For your sacrifice, the people of Astoria will be forever in your debt, or at least for a while." And he raises his cup, and everyone tips a little bit out, and then he drinks.
And
he seems disappointed that you didn't try to poison him, and that this wasn't like a potion of giant strength or potion of invisibility or like a haste. But like he's just kind of like he has a look on his face like the fuck, like this is just wine.
Oh, Crash, did you remove my stem fay from being over there?
No, he is so deep underwater, even you cannot see him.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, then, off with you. The sun almost sets.
Alrighty. Yeah.
All right. There is a hush in the hundreds of people that are watching with bated breath to see what happens. Some of them, I'll be honest, human beings are very practical, have set up blankets on the grassy areas, and there are people selling snacks and refreshments because people are still people. So tiny halflings try to hawk fried olives and bags of pistachios to anybody that is interested. There's a couple of enterprising people. They think that micro-celebrity or not, there's a good chance that if you somehow live through this, they want to get on the ground floor of marketing. So they are selling hastily created, paraphernalia that allows people to pretend they're you, like a hairpiece that has feathers on it, so you could be Anastasia. A fake top knot, so you could cosplay as Alexei. Et cetera, et cetera. Body paint kit, so you could tattoo yourself up. There's actually like a very, very nice but kind of cheaply made like wooden mask if you want to pretend to be Talus, the automaton. So they kind of have all that. And some of them, I'll be honest, they're here selling their stuff at super discount prices because they're like, I invested my life's fortune into these people and they're going to die tonight. So a lot of them are just sort of a clearance sale. Like, we won't be in business tomorrow, folks. Like that kind of situation. All right. You guys are chained to the rock. And each of you is now restrained. So whatever spot you chose is the spot that you are stuck in.
Could Hypatia and Anastasia switch?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. The spellcasters among you, you have your hands placed inside, essentially these metal fastenings that keep you from moving your fingers. It is to prevent somatic components.
Question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Does it require somatic components to bring my familiar back from its pocket dimension?
I believe you can speak a word, right? Isn't that the description of the spell? To call it back from its place. So anything that's verbal, just the letter V, you would still have access to.
Okay.
But without a spell focus or material components, and without your hands being free, you will not be able to perform any semantic components.
Got it.
I guess if you had Warcaster feet, you don't need your hands to do semantic components, ? Feats are weird. You've developed other ways of casting spells, so I guess you're...
Did they find Talus?
Talus. I don't know if
He has not casted a single spell, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you've cast any spells that Kyra would have sung about, so they would not know yet that you can cast spells.
Only spell I've ever done is good berries. That was only once.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so bound to the rock, the sun begins to set. In Primordial, they say a bunch of stuff about like Lord Sydon. We offered to you the 6 chosen of the Oracle. Those who slew your brave hoplites, who stood against your servant's will in the inner sanctum of your daughter, the Oracle. Just very defaming. Like, if Kyra is like singing your praises, these guys have dug up as much dirt as they can and just reversed everything. So they're basically like painting you as just rowdy murder hobo vigilantes, essentially. The crowd listens intently, but all of them have already heard Kyra's songs, so now they have two different perspectives to go off of. The night sets in. Everyone stands stoically, like palace guards outside the Great Britain palace or whatever, just staring towards the river and towards you guys, waiting for something to happen.
Quick question. If it's
Sure.
dark, is it dark on the stone or is it like lit up?
The stone has a subtle magic
That's
enchantment
right.
that keeps it lit up. Yep. All right.
So
Are there any?
I wouldn't have any.
What?
I wouldn't have any sort of advantage on anything with having the thieves' tools handed to me by Hypatia.
Oh, there are hundreds of people watching you, and there are people right up in your grill watching you. Yep. Yeah. There's even a dragon who gets bored, and she perches on the wall up here to watch you guys. She sort of lounges across the wall and stares down at you guys. All right.
Throughout the night, I am going to be like slowly pulling on the chains, like weakening them.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Can I
Like trying to
also,
wiggle.
Can I summon my familiar inside one of the wall sconces nearby if it's lit up? So she can hide in it?
Do you want to do that now?
Well, I guess we're just in the kind of wait mode, or
Yeah.
yeah. Then yeah, because I'm also gonna make a show of blindfolding myself too now.
Okay.
I'll have a reset help me because I can't use my hands.
I can't use my hands either. I pull it down with my mouth.
But yeah, well, I mean, I got like
Oh,
finger
because
cuffs.
you wore like Rambo headbands, and now you're trying to get them down over your eyes, basically.
That's what I did. Sure.
Okay.
Anyone
Well,
else?
most of us, our hands are free unless we're spellcasters. Just
Right,
our
that's what I
ankles
meant.
are tied to.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I got
you
finger cuffs. I can't do
I
it.
got you. You do awkward handcuff play to get your blindfold on.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Taken out of context, it probably sounds really weird. Yeah. So, time passes. Time continues to pass. Hours. Sorry. Yeah. 1 hour. 2 hours.
I was gonna say at 2 hours, I want
Uh-huh.
to ask Hypatia to see if it's possible to hand me the thieves.
Okay. She says, I mean, what if they're just not coming? Do you need them now? I mean,
Yeah, let's not risk it. If we could stay here all night without anything
I'd say
happening.
we act. I would say we act as soon as you see the basilisks, not
Yeah.
till earlier.
So
Okay.
just keep
Try
your
it.
eyes out.
and you can see Gaius is beginning to like pace back and forth, like, at the 2 hour mark, and he's kind of like leaning in to like this priest. You may attempt perception checks. right. Philippocles, you hear him say, "What's taking so long? 2 hours? It's never taken this long. Where are the basilisks?" And the priest is like, "I don't know. They come every night to be fed." And he kind of storms out over here, and he shouts out the window here, and he says, "You three, fly north. Check. Report back. You understand?" And the harpies kind of silently bow their heads, and then let out horrible pterodactyl screams that shake the glass windows, and they fly off towards the north. All right, everyone's looking a little nervous. People are kind of getting bored. They're just like, "Bring on the basilisks!" And, like laughter and, that kind of thing.
Reset yawns.
Yeah, Anastasia will start softly singing.
The centaurs across the river, they all, dudes and ladies, just have their hands crossed. They have 6 limbs, so it's tricky. They have their arms crossed against their human chests, and they just look they have such poop faces on. Like, this is bullshit. It's kind of like when SeaWorld used to actually have captive animals that they forced to perform, and you'd go to watch them, and the animals would be like, "No, thanks." Yeah. So, like, people are just, like, getting rowdy. They're getting a little rowdy.
I'm gonna start reciting Kyra joke really loud for everyone to hear.
Oh, damn.
What's the difference between a hippopotamus and a small torch?
Alexa,
One weighs a ton. One weighs a ton. The other's a little lighter.
Reset laughs
All right.
for the first time.
Alexi will laugh as well.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Philippa looks like he wants to laugh, but he's still trying to hold this potion in his mouth.
You see,
He
like,
looks at
veins
Talus and
appearing
asks
on
to stop at his
Gaius's face and neck that you didn't know anatomically existed, as you guys laugh at this terrible joke. He's so upset right now.
Why should you never buy sandals from a drug dealer?
Why?
You never know what they're laced with. You'll be tripping all day.
This priestess chuckles, and then this guy just backhands her upside the head. All right. Around the 3rd hour, the harpies return, and Gaius listens intently to what they say. You could try another perception check if you'd like.
All of us, or
anybody that wants to try to eavesdrop in can try.
Do I have advantage since I passed last time?
No.
Damn.
He's further away now. Okay. Yeah, Anastasia with a 16, Talus with a 15. You get the general gist of it. That, the basilisks are just laying on the riverbank. Their bodies hideously bloated. Many oxen stand and lay stoned all around them. Apparently a shepherd brought a herd of delicious oxen, and when they were exiting their lair, the sweet smell of that 100 GP per ox meat was too much for them to ignore. Despite their training, they went on a killing rampage. All of the basilisks in the lair came out and wholesale slaughtered most of the herd. It was pretty bad. Knowing that they were guarding, the property of a demigod, the shepherds did try and fight. They were turned to stone as well. The basilisks are incapable of moving. They will likely stay there until the sun rises, and then use the heat of the sun to help them digest. They went full Golden Corral on that shit. Gaius places both hands on the windowsill, his body trembling with rage. He says nothing to you guys. He says nothing to anyone. He storms back over, and he stares out at you with hatred on his face.
Reset is going to start dozing off a little bit after the 3rd hour.
Right.
Just standing there and kind of nodding.
As midnight comes, the harpies sort of move and begin flying overhead. But Gaius looks to them, and he shakes his head firmly and just kind of does like an away gesture. And then the harpies fly off. All right. The rest of the night passes in super boredom. It is wet and cold and uncomfortable, but you do live to see the sunrise. And weary from their night's watch, the followers of Sydon look very, very defeated.
I would have made sure to take my long rest during the night. So
yeah, sure, might as
not
well.
Get my exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else may have exhaustion.
I mean, I know you guys wanted to fight like large, super-powered basilisks, and like I'm so sorry that you robbed yourselves of that opportunity with your incredibly good plan. But yeah, sorry. Here,
we
fight
did
this
everything.
one, I guess.
No, we did everything in our power to not fight them.
Oh, is that?
I think we're okay.
Okay. Fine. All right.
Not King Dodongo.
Yeah, Alexi will call out. Yeah, it seems that Sydon does not want this offering. Sydon changed his mind, mayhaps? I'll call out to.
Do you say that as the sun is rising, or do you straight up call out Sydon in the middle of it?
As the sun is rising.
Oh,
as the sun is rising.
Oof. As you do, you hear a rumble of thunder off in the distance.
Oh.
You provoked gods.
Gaius, just disgusted, says, "It appears so. Release them. I'm leaving. Argan to me." And she flies over, and he does like a super dope, like, jump on while she's still flying type deal, and he fly off. All right. The crowd, most of them, I'm going to say, I'll be honest, most of them just camped out because they weren't going to stay up all night and watch nothing happen. They're rousing, and they're buying like breakfast sandwiches from the halflings. And as they eat their breakfast sandwiches, they all cheer in astonishment because they honestly thought they were going to wake up to see some statues maybe. And the guy that was selling merchandise at full price, he's like so happy. And the guy that was selling it at discount rates is like lamenting his decision. But either way, the people absolutely flip out when they realize that you survived the night. Those who are awake for the process, particularly Kyra, spread the story through the crowd as quickly as possible about the arrogance of Gaius and the craftiness of the heroes of the Oracle, and how the fates themselves, perhaps, were watching out for you. Because what are the odds that the oxen rejected by Gaius would be so delicious and so auspiciously herded that they would attract the attention of these sacrifice dealing beasts, etc., etc., etc.
It seems they were the desired sacrifices anyway.
So, well done, guys. They unshackle you, and you are released. Your boy, who never got activated, he knows better than to burst out of the water with your weapons. So he will wait for you to pick him up, because that was your plan. That was your plan B.
Yep.
I'm not going to be like the DM that gotcha. Like, haha, then your familiar shows up. Yeah. Time is yours. You have survived the sacrifice. It is now the 17th day of Volkion, and there are some thunderclouds on the horizon. And the moon is full for this one last night before it starts to wane again. It's colder than normal, only about 63 today. Wind, light, but not strong. What will you do now? Should I take you back to your dashboard or back to the Astoria dashboard?
Well,
Tell us,
first,
like,
Phil's gonna try and grab all 5 of them in like a big hug. He's got really long arms. He may be able to.
Okay, yeah.
My friends, you are so clever. I very much appreciate your decision to stand upon that rock with me. Anything you need me to do, I will do it.
We swore an oath to each other. This is what we must do.
All right. Honora comes bursting through the doors, or the doorway. She runs towards Philippocles, overcome with love. Her eyes shining with tears of joy and frustration. She pushes past Philippocles, grabs Alexei, and kisses him passionately.
Wait, what?
But with one eye open, she looks directly at Philippocles.
I noticed this too, right?
I mean, insight or perception?
Well, I mean,
I think we all-
if you're kissed off guard, I mean, you have your eyes open, right?
Well, right, yeah.
you are the proxy because
How many of us notice that she's looking at Philippocles?
That's what the perception or intuition would be.
Insight.
Excuse me, insight, yeah. Too many game systems in the brain.
Can I do both?
Yeah, reset. You just like, oh wow, scandal.
She gasps,
Yeah.
and she's gonna put like one hand on Phil's shoulder and says, "I'm sorry. I guess it was never meant to be."
All right, Phil, you see in that look that this kiss was for you. A forbidden kiss, given through your halfling squire. She breaks the kiss with you, and she apologizes, smoothing out your hair. I'm sorry, great Alexei. I was overcome with joy that the fates saw fit to spare you. What with you being called the Doomed One.
Of course. Thank you.
All of you, thank you for your sacrifice.
Talos is going to approach the priest and just calmly remark, I'm sorry the sacrifice did not go as planned, but it would seem your god did receive a sacrifice this evening.
Yeah, the priest says, Gaius is immortal and a stranger to our lands. Though he dedicates himself fully to the twins, he could never truly grasp the workings of their minds and desires. I know this is true. Sacrifices were made. What is. What has happened, has happened. Go forth, chosen of the Oracle, and do what you see fit.
Talos will calmly bow and
Let's return to the palace. I did not sleep, and I would much prefer a bed.
Yeah, Alexei will awkwardly shuffle around Honora and.
And then, as you go to leave, the priest does scoop up in a beautiful crystalline bottle some of the river water. He casts ceremony on it, and he hands it to, we'll say Talus, because you engaged him in that conversation. And he says, take this water from the great river. It is blessed by Sydon. It may come of use. It's just holy water.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet, we get to add holy water to the inventory.
All right. So, well done, well done. I'll be honest, if I was a person in the crowd, I would have just run up and attacked you guys just so that something interesting could have happened, because I would have been like, this sucks. I called out of work for this. All right. So again, do you want to go to the Astoria map to plan your next move, or do you want to go to your dashboard?
Let's go slaughter some gorge basilisks who can't move.
I mean, it would probably be an easy fight. They still have their eyeballs intact, so I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I do have a map for it.
Let's head
Why
back
don't we
to the
just take
palace.
this win?
Yeah.
I also have a map for the military camp, which, believe it or not, some groups were like, well, we'll just go kill everybody. And they went to that military camp and they tried to fight everybody there.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, the adventure's like, they will die. Like that's what the BioWare team had to say about it. They're like,
Well, I mean, even just action economy,
yeah. So
they die.
all right. Back to Astoria then, for now. Yeah, that works.
That's fine.
Okay. Or you might want a world map. I don't know, because depends what you guys decide. All right. On your Astoria map, what is your next move? Yeah, Kyra definitely wants to know. She's super impressed by how things went down, but she definitely wants to know what is that plan. And she is also gushing like crazy because she's just like, oh, it was so brilliant. Oh my gosh, it was so. I mean, I knew about it the whole time, and I 100% knew it was going to work for sure. But holy shit. That was awesome. My shit, right? That was awesome.
I cannot wait to hear the song that you will sing for us.
Oh yeah. I'm working on something. It's in my headspace right now. I'm definitely coming up with something. I am gonna spice it up a little bit. Maybe you guys could have some kind of like big secret reveal, like the length and breadth of the night, the imminent death. Maybe it called forth, I don't know, like a love confession or something. I don't know, something saucy. Because I don't really want to be like, and lo, the heroes stood upon the glowing rock for 12 hours.
Oh, well, it seems the princess, the daughter of the god of battle
let's go with
has
that.
a thing for
Maybe
Alexei.
we shouldn't.
Also, Alexei, I don't know what's going on. People are asking me how you're so tall for a halfling. You're not a halfling, right?
I'm not a halfling.
What the hell is going on?
Alexei the human or something.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, diversity is important, but we're at 50% capacity for diversity here. So
I'm not
you don't
a halfling.
have to pretend to be a halfling for cool points. You know, just because you're the smallest boy doesn't mean that you have to like shy away from your racial heritage.
I flinch at smallest, but I tell her I am not appearing to be what I.
Do you think you'll sell more merch as a halfling?
No.
Well, we could definitely market it like the tiny terror of Mitros, Alexei. What does Alexei mean in halfling? It means tall one.
No, I'm not so
Perhaps.
sure about that one.
They can call him Alexei the Tall.
Don't halflings have pointed ears? Look at my ears. See, look at my art. Look right there.
Oh,
That sounds
also,
racist.
also, guys, Talus's jokes last night, they got the whole crowd going. I heard a good one, and I was waiting until now to share it with you. How can you tell your party bard, I guess that'd be me, has slept with every guy in this tavern?
Oh.
Their display of bardic knowledge.
That is clever.
It's a penis joke.
What?
Alexi doesn't.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, stranger on the street.
Reset actually laughs because she's in a good mood
Okay.
as she heads back to her room.
Well, I don't expect you to get it, Alexi. It's very hard to explain jokes and metaphors to rogues.
I got it.
No. Because they're always taking things literally.
He smiles and walks off. He continues walking. He's not giving her the satisfaction.
Okay. All right. So, you are in the town of Astoria, which I think has the first town in Sword Art Online music. Am I allowed to say that? I guess I am. It just sounds very Astoria to me. So, I guess we'll get rid of this grumpy face in the corner because he's bested. All right. And Kyra, as you guys walk back to the palace, she's just like saying, like, CDC, not every fight has to be won with muscles. Not that I want you to quit being muscles, nephew, but, you know, like, this is more for Reset, because, like, you know, it's not just about spears and shields, you know? You gotta use your noggin. Use that brain, you know? Just saying.
When I agreed to stand there, I thought I was gonna have to kill stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's really good that you balanced out everything with these other companions, because I think if the Oracle had just chosen you, we'd probably be done by now. So, yeah. And I mean that in like a really confident way. Like, wow, we'd be done because you'd have already defeated the Titans. That's what I meant when I said those words. That may have
we're all just his character foils. Yes.
So we're holding him back, you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying. Whoa! First of all, we don't want a Timberlake situation. So I don't want anyone to think that Philippocles here is the MC just because he has the hottest aunt in Thylea, and also the wisest and the coolest and better than her sister in every single way. And I don't want you to think that he's the MC just because his dad's a god of potatoes, right? I want you to know that if there was anybody here is the main character, it is obviously the Piglet of Legend. And she brandishes the Piglet of Legend. He was a huge hit with the crowds. I've worked out some plushie deals. We are starting manufacturing next week. Expect royalties. We're going to do a slow release of the other Pokemans over time. We're going to kind of build hype, and every time you gain a fame point, that's when we're going to throw out a new plushie.
It looks like you've got a whole thing going, a whole plan for this.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that shit down in Arisia, okay? You are my guys, you are my girls, you are my people. Like, we're going to make something amazing out of this. Also, I like the romance drama, like real smooth, Alexi. I don't know what you've been doing, but maybe it's all the things I heard about halflings are true. Wink, wink. And I appreciate you not murdering him in front of hundreds of people, Philippocles. I know you've got some mixed up emotions there with your whole Sydon Thylea situation. Yeah.
Seems he's really desperate to become the doomed one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I did.
It appears maybe she's just putting on a good performance, but it appears that she does not realize that there were other intentions there with the kiss. So.
Oh, Kyra doesn't realize?
Yeah, Kyra does not seem to realize. Remember, these are gods, but they are gods wrapped in mortal, mortal forms. So, Or she's just, long conning it. I don't know.
I thought it was pretty clear, Phil. She was trying not to kiss. I mean, do you want me to say it out loud?
Nope.
All right, I'm glad we handled that one then. All right.
All right.
Hey guys, I gotta go AFK for a little bit. I apologize.
Okay. All right, no worries. As you guys arrive at the palace, Pythor is there. He actually is bathed. He is clean. He still looks horrible, but he is cleaned and slightly groomed. No, we're not going to go that far. But he doesn't smell bad. He actually smells like scented oils and soaps and things like that. As he approaches, he says, I was up all night. I couldn't, well, I'll be honest, I couldn't walk last night, so I couldn't make it down to the river. I was too drunk. But when I heard this morning what had happened, I'm so proud of you. And he just picks Philippa up like he is a baby, and he just crushes him in a hug and kind of spins him around a little bit. With one hand, he hups you up and puts you on his shoulder, and then says, I think you've earned a little horseback riding, huh? And he gets down on all fours and starts bucking around and running around the palace. He is not wearing any undergarments, so as he turns a corner and his robes kind of ride up, you see the full Pythor on display as he gallops off with his son. Do you consent to this father-son quality time?
No. But perhaps we could get some.
Am I embarrassing you?
A little bit. A little bit, Dad.
I think about what could have been. I just don't want you to ever hate your sister for being able to grow up with me here in the palace while you had to be hidden away.
Trust me,
and he kind of starts tearing up again. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to capture a time that's just not here anymore. What's next for you great heroes?
Well, I would like to
I know
sleep.
what's next. I remember I said that after you helped your sister, I would answer your questions.
I mean, my only question is, where is Hexia?
I mean, what do you intend to do?
I intend to relieve you of stress she has caused you.
His face gets very sad as you say that. I see. So you plan to get back your mother. To do what I lack the strength to do. And this guy, he lifted you up like you weighed absolutely nothing, and you're like a huge dude. So you get the meaning, I think, that like he's not talking about physical strength.
Yeah. That I do. Please tell me where I can find her. Chance we come across her lair in our travels.
Well, if you seek her, you'll need to find a powerful mage, a flying mount, or the ship of legends, the Ultros, because she dwells on a private island within the Forbidden Seas.
And
How
one
did
of
you
those
get there?
three things I will find.
I mean, I'm a god.
What, you flew?
I know people who could, boots of flying.
Oh, I was just curious. Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Do you have those lying around here?
I mean, they're mine. He kind of like just looks at you like, who is this halfling coming at me right now?
I was just curious if you could help your son out since
I would not be helping this. I would not be helping my son out if I said, "Here, son, put on my winged sandals and go solo a legendary dragon."
He's strong. He can carry us all.
You couldn't even fight one basilisk. You had to trick them. But sure, go out and fight Hexia, the legendary green dragon, with Papa's magic shoes.
No, I do think Philippocles could handle a basilisk.
Are you condemning us for not fighting the basilisks?
Yeah, Kyra's looking at him like, with that look you give us like a sibling or a relative who just ruined like Christmas dinner. You know what I mean? And he's just kind of like, well, I just think that I just expected a bit
us
more.
to die?
I expected a bit more violence and a show, perhaps, of strength. I mean,
did too.
You just slept on a rock all night. I mean,
We did
I'm
not
happy.
put ourselves there to put on a show for you.
Is not your very existence a show?
Everyone looks at the camera. What?
No, mortals, gods, aren't just players in some grand play that we don't even know the script for?
Being controlled by forces unknown to us.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be who I am and feel how I'm going to feel, and I'm not going to candy coat it for you. You succeeded. That's all that matters. You just did it in a very Kyra way.
Perhaps you would have been more
Anastasia gives
satisfied
Kyra
with
a
the
wink.
outcome if Honora was there instead.
Kyra's
then.
face is beet red.
Everyone. I wanted to fight him too. I see what he means. But it's in the past. Let's look forward to our labors.
Yes,
Miracles that we
there,
must
labor's
accomplish.
something that you could work at. All right. I see if I recall the songs correctly. I haven't had as much to drink as I prefer. There was a nymph who was in a mine. There was what was it? There was a forge full of moss. No, there was a city of the dead. I remember that one. You know what? You have this. If you have no further questions for me, I'm just going to excuse myself.
Demetria in the Mossy Temple. Would you be able to give us any answers?
Oh, yeah. Real shame. She's a looker. And wild in the sack, for sure. I think I have a saucy painting of her somewhere. You want me to go dig it up?
Please.
Hey, I'll be right back. And he leaves to get a saucy painting of Demetria for you. All right. Kyra just watches him go and just shakes her head. She just shakes her head. Okay, guys. Now that Doofus is gone, what are you gonna do next? What am I going to record?
Well, we must find out what Alexei and Anastasia's stories are.
Oh, true.
That have been stolen from them.
Because you kind of got cheated out of your prophecies. Yeah. I could see not wanting to go any further without knowing the whole truth, all the facts, etc., etc. Okay, that's actually pretty good, because that's the closest one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we could probably, pop in over there, maybe, a day and a half, 2 days to get to the Old Wood. Just march on up and be like, yo, bitch, give us those prophecies. And then she'll be like, oh, no. And then that'll be that. Super easy.
Just in case, though, I asked for the saucy painting, just so I know what she looks like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He comes in. It's a big painting. It looks like maybe it's been hanging in one of his drinking rooms. It's stained. I don't know. We don't need to go into it. Anyways, let me throw it up for you real quick. I guess I could make it a handout. That might be the easiest way to handle it. All right. Yeah, so Pythor's like, just hold, just a sec. I'm bringing it in. It's a big one. I don't want to damage it, though. Oh, man. This lady is crazy. Let me just tell you. Completely nuts.
Crazy how?
Oh, I mean, she's completely insane. Like she eats people. Like she's a literal man-eater.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we met at some, I think it was like the games or something. I don't remember where we met. I just remember the wild night we shared, and then we woke up, and she was like stabbing me over and over again, and I was like, "Madam!" And then she just kept stabbing me. It was rough. I think I died, actually. Yeah.
You died?
Kyra kind of clears her throat, and he's like, of surprise. I died of surprise. Anyways, here she is. Yeah, don't let her saucy demeanor and gorgeous looks sway you. I'm looking at you, Philip Cleese. Yeah.
But, I mean, pretty saucy painting.
Yeah, I had the artist include these human skulls so I would remind myself. I think I just have a thing for green women. Is that a thing, sister? Is that what is that called? A greenophile? Is that what am I a greenophile? No.
Pythor the Greenophile.
That just doesn't have a good ring to it. Anyways.
Perhaps you just like orcs and goblins.
They don't exist in this setting? He has no idea what you're talking about. There's literally 0 of them.
They're these creatures that my dad told me about from North Caledonia.
Some nonsense from beyond the seas. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I've heard of these flying carriages from one country and all sorts of other nonsense. Anyways, I'm taking my painting. You're not appreciating it enough. Yeah. And
It's a beautiful painting.
Uh-huh. All right, he leaves. All right, what are you guys gonna do? Ready to head out?
Did we have exhaustion, or did we rest?
Oh, maybe you want a couple days to rest. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we have to pick something up. On the 20th, your Mimir skull is done.
Oh, so you want to wait for your Mimir skull then?
Probably best.
I would like to wait for my Mimir skull, yes.
Okay.
So we would have 3 days.
Yeah, 3 more days to go. Okay. So we can, again, if it's just basic downtime activities, we can always handle that via Discord, via Xanthars, via rando tables, that kind of thing. If any of you are going to be self-destructive and, I don't know, get blackout drunk or anything, we do have a table for that. Maybe through his good example, Pythor has shown you that, alcoholism in Dungeons and Dragons is not a joke. So, but however you choose to spend those 3 days, unless they are super impactful, we will hurry ourselves along to the 20th, wherein you will receive your Mimir skull. Sounds good?
It sounds good.
Yes.
All right. So your Mimir skull is cracked in places. The skull was sort of fractured badly by the killing blow struck by, I believe it was Hypatia. Maybe it was just that. I'm trying to remember. No, it was magic missiles to the skull over and over and over again. So yeah, she presents it to you. The rest of the money exchanges hands, etc., etc. She explains to you how it works, and that given the relatively weak enchantment on it, it does not require any attunement. That being said, because it has no attunement, it will serve anyone who is commanding enough to essentially boss it around. She does apologize that I'm really sorry, but that it has a very strong will. So it will assist you, of course, with religious knowledge, but it is, yes, willful is a great way to put it. I am also including this soundproofed box to store it in for when you don't want to deal with how willful it is.
I can't just like tie it to my belt.
Well, the thing is, it will probably just talk whenever it wants about whatever it wants. Some Mimir are like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll try it out.
Right?
Okay. Sure. I guess take it for a spin so that you know it's working. She gives the skull a spin, because obviously she's not talking about a car, because those haven't been invented, and hands it over to you.
Take it, and
All
I'll ask it to tell me everything it knows of Demetria.
All right. You see tiny eye lights of magic appear inside the skull. You hear the crackling of bones and the clattering of teeth. And the oversized skull, because hag, begins to cackle wildly.
Oh, you want to know about Demetria? Well, where do we even begin, Muscles? Demetria, daughter of Sydon, one of many. Let's see. Oh yes, she was good friends with the settlers. A real liaison between the Old Wood and the New World. That, of course, was until a certain somebody decided that he needed to build a special ship. Well, that didn't go well. It turned out he had to fell the life tree of her great and dear sister. Well, that was the end of that. And then more shrill laughter. But what else is there to say? She's crafty. She has a silver tongue. An enchanting presence. And she is served by many, many monsters. And makes of men meals, and of women more monsters. In fact, it is said that the women that she converts into maenads become the mothers of her many goatlings. So it's a real fucked up situation, Muscles.
Alright. Sounds pretty fucked up. Thank you for that knowledge.
Oh, certainly. I suppose I have to get back in the box now.
I mean, not if you behave.
Oh. Behave? What does that mean?
Think we'll find out.
Well, my ear holes will be open for all the juicy gossip. Have you considered using me as a codpiece?
It's a what?
A codpiece. You put me over your genitals.
No, not considering that.
What about a helmet or a mask?
Maybe.
Then I can shrilly scream in your ear at all times.
And the centaur, who's already put away all your money, and she says, well, there are no refunds, and it was a pleasure doing business with you. I'm glad I was able to broker this deal for you. Here, I suppose, that you're headed to the Old Wood.
We are.
I caution you, be careful of the Fae. If you think that the oaths set down by the Titans are tricky, the lifestyles led by the Fae are a true enigma for settlers.
Thank you, Parthala. We shall do business again, should we return.
You will. I have no doubts.
Oh,
I have a good feeling about you. Yeah? Questions?
Before we leave the town, I want to check on those two who we helped on the road that were going to a store.
Oh.
What were their names?
Oh, man. Saucy. Okay, hold on a sec.
I have them.
I actually have them in my notes. Just a sec. The question is, do I have all of them? I even have a miniature for the bandit whose eye you stabbed out. I have all of it and more. Hold on a sec. Okay. All right. While that's cooking in the background. Oh, there she is. All right. All right, and then I'll grab the other two, and then we'll be good to go, because the other two's information is stored in their miniatures. So, hold on just a sec.
Also, I guess since Anastasia is feeling better, she'll go around to the taverns and see if they have anything to be delivered to other cities, settlements.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You, on your way to the Oracle's Temple, I have to check the map, but... Or not the... sorry, on your way to the old wood, I don't know... Other than some rural communities, I don't know who you're gonna cross, so...
Fine.
Yeah. But for flavor, I got you. But yeah, once I check the map, we'll know for sure if there's any place that you'll be able to stop at. Let's see. Oh, there's her name. Her name is Eola. Okay, it's a cool name. All right, so you track down. Let's see. Eola and the two siblings that you helped on the road, which would be Antiope and her brother Lassos. All right. Right? Are those the names? Did I get them right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So the three of them are currently just operating out of the marketplace. They have not, in just this short time, raised enough funds to get a permanent stall or even a shop. But when they see you guys approach, all three of them, even Eola, who is now sporting a rugged eye patch over her eye that your sweet robot gouged out, kind of look over at you guys and smile warmly. So Lassos kind of greets you guys and says, the gods favor us. You have come to see us and check in. Behold, the splendor that your deeds have wrought. And he shows you their market cart.
What do they sell?
Yeah, it is laden with herbs, spices, spell reagents, ritual kits, all that good stuff. They do also have herbalism kits as well.
Do they have anything that would help with making a poison?
Antiope says, in Thieves' Cant, We would never sell poisons. What are you talking about? Of course we do.
No,
what do you
not
what do you look for?
Well, I'm curious what they have for poisons, I guess, in Thieves' Camp then.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. There we go.
And I'd be willing to offer them my support, public support, with their Market Salt. They were able to give me a fair.
Well, she chuckles and she says, in Thieves' Camp, the public support would have to be for our healing potions, antitoxins, and impotency cures. They could not be for any poisons, because we most assuredly do not sell such things.
Absolutely, yeah. Just send me a vial of some colored water or whatever.
Now she says, she says in Thieves' Camp, and as you know, poisons are never cheap. But such is the way of things. So she has the following things available: truth serum, serpent's venom, and assassin's blood. So truth serum is ingested. Basically, they have to make wisdom saving throw. I believe it's wisdom saving throw. It might be Constitution, or tell you, speak the truth. Serpent venom, pretty nasty. It is injury based, so you put it on a weapon. It's 3d6 extra poison damage, but they do get a Constitution save for half damage, and the Constitution save is only a DC 11. It's kind of wimpy. Assassin's blood is an ingested poison, and while it may cause enough poison to kill a basic bitch NPC, it only does 1d12 poison damage. It does cause the poison status for a full 24 hours. They do get a saving throw, though, and if they succeed, they take half the damage and are not poisoned for 24 hours.
Gotcha.
So she kind of shrugs, sadly, I know it's terrible, but we're starting out. This is what we got, kind of deal.
No, yeah. I want to ask her what herbs they would have to use to make serpent venom. Or what you would use to create that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If she says, are you willing to go out and get some? Because I would gladly pay for it. And she gets you a list of MacGuffins that she is looking for that you could find in the Old Wood.
Gotcha. Because I want to learn to, I don't know, maybe make that if possible.
Oh, yeah,
I want to eventually learn how to use this poisoner's kit. And
yeah, that's what all that downtime is for. You train tool proficiency, so you don't have to take a feat to get it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, they do have basically any spell component or basic type deal in that wheelhouse that is valued at 50 gold pieces or less. So that is currently the operating budget of this tiny stall or wagon cart situation.
Yeah, do they happen to have at least a healer's kit or something like that?
Yeah, sure. You can buy a healer's kit, no problem.
Yeah. I'll definitely just buy that then, and I will. I'll go ahead and give a wink, and I'll proclaim out loud, you have everything out loud, trying to gather attention around, right?
Oh, yeah.
So people notice, I'm chosen of the Oracle. And, what's the name of this store? I'll ask her incredulously.
Iola sort of chuckles, and she says, it is called the Bandit's Fortune.
The Bandit's Fortune, I say out loud. And I'll say, I think this is my new favorite store now, out loud for everyone around to hear. Yes, Alexi's new favorite store.
All right.
I'm making it pretty obvious. No, not super obvious.
Okay, so go ahead and either give me a deception or performance.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, people kind of lean in and whisper to each other. That is the one that survived the river. he and his allies, they use their powerful wits to outsmart the servants of Sydon. Blah, 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 blah. And the whispers kind of go. And there is now more interest in their stall.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. In the 3 days before we leave, I would like to do two things. First, I want to find the shepherds that died. Like, I guess their families or their bodies or whatever, and give them like a burial, funeral.
Sure.
proper
That is
sending.
close to the Basilisk Caves. It may be dangerous. There is also, if you ask for religious advice, what has been claimed by those basilisks belongs to Sydon.
Okay, but
is
the
sort of the-
shepherds, we can't. Is there any way we could at least like maybe
the
not
shepherds were
retrieve?
killed-
Yeah,
they were
maybe not
killed by
retrieve their
Sydon.
bodies.
Oh, right,
But-
okay.
Like put like I don't know, some sort of candle or something to just.
Oh, sure.
say
Yeah.
thank you.
So you kind of pay tribute for just the pure luck of those shepherds going to that location and how horrible it was that it happened. But gosh, it sure worked out in the end. And wow, Sydon took those sacrifices. Boy, howdy. And we didn't know it was going to happen. Gosh, like that kind of situation.
Yeah, just
Okay.
pay tribute to them, and if they have any family, write that down for later so we could maybe send them some stuff.
Oh, I mean, they definitely have family. Yeah, the family's super broken up about it. But this is a religious place, so it's sort of like after wailing and bemoaning the Titans and the Fates and the gods themselves, it's kind of like, because our family members died, the chosen of the oracles could live. It's sort of the final grief journey that they arrive at.
Yeah, I'd like to see if I could find them and pay my respects to them.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
their loss.
It's a little tense, being in a region, and having different gods and being an outsider in their world. It's not as bad as if you were in Mitros, for example, but they recognize you immediately because of all the songs, and they do meet with you, and yeah, there is sort of a lament of like, how could this happen, and they do. One of them, a burly man whose husband was eaten by the basilisks. He turns to you and he says, my great hero, did you know that this would happen, or is it truly the will of the gods?
What is done is done. I cannot tell you what the gods have planned for us or what the fates have planned for us. But whether they went there for a reason or not, I cannot be sure.
All right, go ahead and give me either a persuasion check or a deception check.
Okay.
Mm.
You have advantage with your mouth, right? Oh no, you're
That's me.
never mind.
He looks dour, and he says, "I have much to do. If you will please leave."
I am sorry for your loss, and I'll walk out.
All right. Okay. So, yeah.
I had one thing, but it probably just could have been done in the roleplay. So before meeting with Parthala before and kind of just getting to know her, making that acquaintance, I kind of want to do a similar thing with Alexi just did, to see if she wants me to gather anything from the old wood when I come back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she will give you a grocery list as well, and you guys could supermarket sweeps, see who can deforest the old wood first with rare and pungent goods.
Right.
As you guys know, from previous experience, I have a huge document on herbs and gathering, but I will cook you guys up a list for next time that is more thematic to Thylea and less Faerunian. So, all right. As you guys are out in the surrounding lands, this works out pretty well. You did you go by yourself for set, or did anybody travel with her, or did you go on your own, or?
Tal's probably gone with her.
Okay, because you just want to get out in the woods.
Phil would have gone with as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you guys are heading back, you are passing by the Astorian Vineyards. This lonely vineyard is on the outskirts of the city. Wooden trellises erupt from the tilled soil in neat, symmetrical rows. Healthy green vines wind around these structures, bearing a bountiful crop of brilliant purple grapes. After some walking, you find a fit, middle-aged man among the vines, pruning the plants with great care. Upon hearing your approach, the man turns to greet you. Although he appears friendly, his brow is deeply furrowed with apprehension. Because of these well-spoken, well-written words, your adventurer senses begin tingling. You close your eyes and open them again, and you see a big yellow exclamation mark appear above the man's head. He is a quest giver. Do you wish to flee?
What seems to be the problem?
I guess not. All right. Let's see. As you approach the man, he nods at you, knowing that you have accepted the quest even before he spouts it from his mouth. There is a bit of relief, knowing that such heroes exist in the world. He clears his throat and prepares to lay it down on you. And here it goes. You're the heroes of the chosen of the Oracle. The ones who one of you did like a pile driver wrestling move to a manticore 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, power bomber. I think the song is called. He'll power bomb you all night. Something like that. Yes. You might just be the people I need. And you, you're the wooden man. The one that the Amazonians made to satisfy them in the absence of men, but who was given the gift of wisdom and intelligence by the gods themselves, and now travels the world. Huh? Yeah, you're the one I need. You know the woods like no one else. Is that true?
I'm at home with them.
Oh, good. My name is Theracles. I used to serve the king, but I retired and started a life here in the outskirts of Astoria so that I could tend to the vineyard and live with my sweet husband. There's something terrible that's happening, though. You see, how do I put this to you? We adopted a daughter together. Her name is Karina, and she's gone missing. I know. A farmer's daughter has gone missing. It's probably the first quest of its kind, but we're breaking ground here. So just please listen. She was going to the Old Wood. She fancies herself a ranger, or I guess an Amazon, in her childhood fantasies, I guess. Although I suppose she's not a child anymore. She is, I believe, 17 years now have passed since her birth. But she hasn't come back. It's been several days. I'm worried, and I don't think I'm the only one. I think there are other children, particularly ones who live near the Old Wood, that have gone missing as well. Because I have been asking around, and travelers who have come that way have spoken of similar tragedies befalling people. So, I guess what I'm asking is there any chance you could look for my daughter?
Of course we will.
There's a tear, a single tear down his face. This is a retired hoplite, so he's a tough dude. But it just kind of wells up, and you could see the relief painted on his face.
We are heading in that direction. Is there anything we should look out for? Perhaps you could describe Karina for us?
Oh, yes. That would work. That would work splendidly. And he begins to recall to you, by checking the character art, what he remembers of his daughter's appearance. So, let me do that real quick. His daughter, she has tan skin. She has very pale hair. Not like mine or my husband's at all. Pale, almost like some of the elves or some of the nymphs of the air that you see. What do they call that metal? It's mostly worthless. It has no actual use.
Bronze?
Oh no. He looks
bronze.
like sacrilege. Copper. Oh my god. No, platinum hair. Green eyes. And though it broke our hearts, she did get a tattoo, one of those face tattoos. He looks over at Philippa and kind of raises an eyebrow. You know, like some people get who are respectable people.
That they are.
And how long has it been since she's been gone?
It's been many days. I expected her back 3 days ago.
Not a good sign.
Phil just kind of like elbows.
You watch. I watch all the hope kind of
gut.
drain out of this this friendly old dude's face, just like, yeah.
We will do our best to find her, or at least find out what has happened to her.
The man, he puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "Thank you so much. When my husband returns from the vineyard, I'll let him know that the gods themselves sent heroes to help us." All right. Yeah? You guys head out? Are you good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, as you head back, the surrounding lands around the city include the Northern Steppes and Woodhike, the Halfling Enclave, plus the area that you guys are currently in, which is the Astorian Vineyards. As you return to the city, I guess you fill your allies in, share your quest log to their quest log sort of situation.
Yeah, and also just very quickly ask anyone in the palace if what they know about Theracles, because he used to work there, right?
Yeah. So you ask around about Theracles, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, wow, Theracles! That guy in battle, incredible. He was so gifted with the javelin that King Pythor gave him a javelin of lightning, and it became his signature weapon."
Must be nice.
You hear Pythor bare footsteps on the marble. Hey, did somebody say Theracles? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, we met him outside.
What a looker! What a looker! That man. Oh, he could handle a javelin. That's for sure. Oof. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good man.
Well, he's currently in a predicament. His daughter has gone missing.
Oh, and of course you're going to retrieve her, huh?
Yes,
Of
that's
course.
where we.
By the way, is Pythor looking any different? Looking like maybe he's
You know what? It's been a few days. He looks less drunk. And he still smells clean.
Progress.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he and I go way back. Let's just say that I did not respect the employer-employee boundaries very well.
I think we understood that.
Okay. But yeah, he's great. I wish him all the happiness in the world. He settled down with what was that guy's name? Claudius. I don't know. I was at the wedding. I think I was there. Anyways, yeah. Good to see you being a hero, son. I'm proud of you. And he sort of waddles away. All right. So, you have your skull, you have your side quest, you have your harvesting quest. To the old wood? Question mark?
I think so.
Yeah,
Sounds like
that's everything.
I'm ready to go.
Oh,
Alrighty.
I did want to make one request of Pythor before we go.
Okay. What do you ask him?
If he will watch the Boar of Legend and raise him as a mighty war beast.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
You really gonna throw that? You gonna throw that on him? Are you gonna do that? All right.
Just while we are
He's gonna have sex with it.
Pythor looks at you hard. He looks
Or
at you
eat it.
real hard. He says, "According to the songs, this beast is precious to you,
It is.
and you would trust me with this precious life."
While we were out in the old woods, I trust no one else. Old woods are no place for him at the moment. He's still too young to defend himself.
You don't, he kind of looks around. You don't think I'm going to screw it up?
No, I think you are quite capable of turning it into a fierce creature. Learning from your tutelage.
I can ask.
But beneath his hearty his hearty beard, you see his jaw trembling. I will care for this pig.
His father may have been blessed. The pig's father may have been blessed by the Titans, but this one being blessed by you, I think he'll prove to be even a greater beast of legend than his predecessor.
Yeah, and Tyros is really happy about it. He is hoovering fry bits and errant cheese strands out of Pythor's beard. So he has forgotten about you altogether. This is like when you drop your kid at daycare and you think they're going to cry and then they just waddle off and don't even look back. Yeah, like that's the situation.
Gotcha.
So Nora
All right.
can look after it as well.
If you make an insight check 18 or higher, you can see that Pythor is moved to a point that he cannot risk speaking because he might cry. But if you don't want to embarrass him, you could just forego those checks. Oh, come on, guys. All right. He looks stoic. Like, I guess I'll watch this pig. I guess. All right. In that case,
Reset nose.
we head on over to the dashboard. Let's take a look at the journey we're going to take. All right. Reset, you got to move all your beautiful character art right off of that map real quick. There we go. All right, zooming in. You guys are at Astoria. The Old Woods are all the way on the other side of the hills. So you will be passing right by the road that leads to the Temple of the Oracle and the Sour Vintage. So if you are so inclined for that sort of biz, you can opt to stop at either of those locations. You can deliver the packages that you're going to deliver. So continuing to work hard. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Example downtime activities. Work. There we go. In doing so, roll a d6 for me real quick. Oh wow, that's rough. Okay. And let's see. We'll just call it even. So, you make these deliveries and you net 19 gold. This represents, work that you've done during the downtime, which led up to these final deliveries.
Sweet.
All right. I will say this though, people are talking. Why is this siren still running the mail and hanging out in Astoria? Why isn't she out living the legend that is her prophecy? So, yeah, you do get a little bit of a reputation for not so much laziness, but just like, you have this great destiny and you're spending all your time being like a messenger. Like, what's up with that kind of thing? So you do lose cool points during the downtime. So just keep that in mind. All right. The journey to the Old Wood. I have this normal travel pace for Thylea, excuse me. Let's see. So if you're going from Astoria to the Sour Vintage, we do that. And then from Sour Vintage to... Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Cool. So we could do it a couple of ways. You can get there in a day and a half, no problem, just by going straight there, like basically using Party Ranger, and you just cut. You don't go to you don't take the road, you don't go to the Sour Vintage, you reach like the edge of the Old Woods, and you just bam, go straight in. Or you could take like a full 2 days, go to the Sour Vintage, and then go to the Old Woods through the more well-established trade road.
I'm down for getting there quicker.
Okay.
Definitely do that.
All right. So if that is the case, in order to deliver your packages, you would have to fly solo and then catch up with everybody. One of the benefits of flight. Because I love Anastasia so much, I'm not going to roll on my things that should kill flying PCs who take advantage of flying table, and you deliver it and you arrive back at the party and it's all good. All right. If that is the case, I will load you guys up onto the Old Woods. Exciting. Your first big heroic challenge. Nice. All right. If anybody has a musical selection for a fantastical forest that is also an extended mix, post it up in Discord and we'll use it. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe like Lost Woods or something. Like, might be kind of fun. Was the one I was kind of eyeballing. But if you have a better idea, please post it up and we'll use it. This might be the last week that I have to use, or I have to build everything from scratch, because they are supposedly this week releasing the Roll20 release for this campaign.
What?
Which would save me, I don't know, 300 hours of work. So I'd be pretty excited about it. It would probably be more like 150 hours of work, which I would be super excited about. So,
Hypatia has some suggestions.
Oh, okay. Is she here?
In the Discord.
Oh, okay. Is she doing the thing where you have one earbud in and you secretly listen because you're at like a...
I'm in the car driving.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So can you read them for me while I'm loading you guys onto this map?
She says, into the woods, or Sondheim, or Broadway.
Okay. Into the woods.
Those are all the same thing. It's a Broadway song.
Oh, is it the movie?
Yes.
All right. Let me see.
It's a song. It's Into the Woods. It's very happy.
Yeah.
About
I've seen the
going into
movie.
creepy woods.
I see the entire thing on YouTube here.
Yeah, I'm seeing the whole. I'm trying to find the just the music for it though. Let's see. It's hard to find stuff that's also extended. Is the tricky part.
It's like a 10-minute song.
Okay, here we go. This is the prologue. I think people are talking and stuff. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
could
my-
get, like Jumanji drums.
My Google foo is failing me. All right, so let me see if I can. I'll go with my first pick then.
You can get Jumanji drums.
Jumanji drums, maybe. This is definitely there's a part where that might come in handy if you guys get stumble upon the Goatling Cannibal Camp, maybe. So. Oh no, this is way too chill. Aw. Yeah, all right, we'll just go with this. This is fine. Because it's a chill place. All right. So the thing about the Old Wood is even during the day, the canopy is so clear so dense, excuse me, that it feels like night. This could just be a side effect of the Fey magic that enchants every leaf, branch, etc., etc. But that's the case. So let me grab you guys and throw you onto that map. And you can start exploring the woods and get a sort of feel for what they look like and what you are dealing with. This is definitely going to be your time to shine, a party ranger. So keep that in mind.
And the woods is my preferred terrain, so.
Fantastic. All right. Once you're on the map, you will know where to drag Pokemans out if you need Pokemans. As always, if the entire thing loads for you, refresh, dynamic lighting, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, sorry, I have the Depth Explorer anymore, not the Natural Explorer.
Okay. No worries.
Using those new abilities. It's fun.
All right. Is everybody able to see a big, beautiful, hand-painted map with crazy runes on the ground and
Nope, very dark.
mossy
I
stuff?
see only myself.
Oh.
Yep, just myself.
In a field of darkness.
Let me drag out some light for you. There we go.
There you go.
Ah. It is very dark.
Yeah. We could maybe go with sunlight, even though it's supposed to be like super fey in there. Is that better?
There we go.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, the Feywood. No doubt, celebrated writers have written some pretty good flavor text, and I have been enjoying the flavor text for this adventure way more than I normally do, so I actually kind of want to read it. Okay. So, Kyra, as you're making your way there, and you camp the night before, she says, all right, guys, we're going to reach the Old Wood tomorrow. I know where the Mossy Temple is, roughly, and, I'm going to show you how to get there. I don't think that counts as cheating, because I'm just giving you directions, right? That's not cheating. So, I am going to put it out here for you that seeing her, right, isn't technically like a labor, right? Because you guys are just going to see her because you want to find out like the rest of your destinies and all that. But, and just tell me if this sounds like cheating, I sort of like went to like the temple where the horn of Balmitria is stored, the one you're supposed to drink from as part of your 3 labors. And I was like, hey, heroes might be swinging by to drink from this. And they were like, oh, well, they're out of luck. It was stolen. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then, they got upset, I guess, because I cursed in the temple. Because they didn't know I was Kyra, you see. Because I introduced myself as Susan. Aha! And
Smart.
that's, and no one in Thylea is named Susan, so they were like, must be a totally different person that I never met. And I also had my disguise kit on, so it was pretty much a flawless execution. Anyways, so I told them, like, well, okay, but these peeps, they got to drink from the horn. Can you tell me what happened to it? And they were like, get ready, because you want to talk about fate, right? It was some goatlings, and they ran off with it, and they were last spotted heading back into the old wood.
What a coincidence.
Right? That's like a threefer, right? Because you're going to go and you're going to find out your hidden destinies. You're going to go and there was a second one. Oh, rescue that kid. And then you're going to hopefully find the horn.
Yay.
Sounds like a fruitful evening.
Right? So sometimes even I have some doubts, right? But I think stuff like this is evidence that there is a greater like power at work here that really wants you guys to succeed. I don't know. But yeah, so keep an eye out for a horn. It basically is the oracle's chosen. You know that one of the great labors is you have to drink from the horn of Balmitria, but it was stolen from the dragon shrine, yada, yada, yada. So you know all that. So I've done my part in, band managing. So I'm just going to take a back seat for a while and take some notes. And I'm going to, I'm here, but now that you got some magic skull to answer questions, you probably don't even need my help anymore. So I'm just going to be quiet. No silly jokes, no magic songs that'll keep you alive and let you bend fate and luck to your will. I am just going to sit this one out. I'm just going to be in the background. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to let you do your thing. I'm not going to interrupt. Just quiet Kyra. You won't even know Kyra's here. That's how quiet I'm going to be. A mouse in the background in a house of cats. That's me. That's me.
Are you trying to hide?
I think she's done.
What's up?
She just shakes her head and zips those lips, throws away the key.
Okay. Shall we get started?
I think tell us to start looking for tracks, see any noticeable.
Yeah, that's a good start. So the forest grows dark around you, with barely any light making its way through the canopy. See, you thought I made that part up because I only had a nighttime map. Wrong. There's 20 variations of this map. You hear birds and beasts clamoring beyond every bush, and eventually, the path you are following seems to disappear into the underbrush. You emerge into a dimly lit clearing, surrounded on all sides by oak trees. The forest suddenly grows quiet, and you hear something crashing through the brush ahead of you. A young girl bursts into the clearing, breathing hard. Tears streak her dirt-caked, tanned face. With green eyes, she looks to you, stunned to see you. Are you really here? Or there? Please, help me. And
are you Corina?
She nods. Yes. Who are you?
Come. Before we talk, it seems like you're in trouble. Your father sent us to find.
Oh,
That
which
was
one?
easy.
Which one?
Theracles.
The fat one or the skinny one?
I guess the skinny one.
The one that's really good at handling rods.
Javelins.
Javelins.
Oh, yeah, big T. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You hear more crashing through the woods, and she cries out and rushes. Wrong way, kid. Roll20's like, I reversed your mouse orientation. I'm a helper. Let me refresh my Roll20 real quick.
I'm officially here now, by the way.
Sweet.
Hooray.
We have plenty of time too, so let's jump in here. Suffice to say, something is crashing through the underbrush. You hear the clattering of hooves and the bleating of tiny, angry goats. One of them laughs harshly.
Give us the sweetling. We've had dinner, but she'll make a fine dessert.
They come bursting onto the scene. They're pretty hideous, I'll be honest. Like the worst parts of a satyr. And they and are like 80% goat. So this is what they look like. It's a little bit messy on the token, but that's fine. They look insane. They look super mean, and they look super gross. They burst onto the scene. There are in total 7 of them, and then one who looks especially mysterious and spooky. I don't want to say that.
Red eyes.
Yeah.
And is that a moon between his horns?
Yeah, it's just like a particle effect that's like floating there. Yeah. Not saying this guy could do magic, but he does have a particle effect floating between his horns. She comes rushing up to you, and you see in the corner of your character's heads-up display an ominous turn order marker appear. You know that it is your destiny, prophesized perhaps, that you must roll onto this table. All right. And so do these 100 adorable goat creatures. Despite the size of their miniature, they are all small. They are halfling size, in addition to being absolutely adorable. All right. If everybody is rolled in, were there any familiars out that you needed to roll in, or were they currently chilling in their Pokeballs?
I would have liked to, if it was really dark, have mine out to produce a little bit of light. So
Sure.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I'm bringing Skilla out.
All right. You guys need me to drag them out, or are you good? All right. You guys got them. Okay. So roll them into initiative as well, if they are the type of familiar who has such a thing. All right, and let's see. I guess we could do a couple of rounds. These guys aren't that tough. You guys okay with doing a couple of rounds, or does everybody need to go to bed? We'll do a couple of rounds. Yeah,
I would like to.
Yeah.
Hi, Potty, you just got here. Yeah. All right. This will be good. There we go. And I guess they brought the wild doggo with them. Let's see. Clear and play. And we'll jump into this thing.
I don't see any. Are they on the map? Oh,
You don't see any?
Oh, there they
Yeah,
are.
they're over here on the side.
Okay. I was looking everywhere.
All right, Reset. You're up first.
Okay, I'm gonna move myself in front of Corina, and I'm gonna take a defensive stance and take the dodge action.
Okay. Her heart skips a beat as this brave spear maiden boldly steps in front of her to keep her safe. All right. This goatling, his turn is up. He looks over at you and your spear, and he shakes his head and says,
I get the feeling that that's like the only spear-shaped object those hands have ever touched. Am I right, boys?
and they all let out derisive, misogynist laughter. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god, it's a vicious mockery.
Oh, it's worse than that. They wouldn't give these guys that trash spell.
15.
All right, you're able to keep your cool, because, these are Thylea and kobolds, basically. All right, he gets to do that as a bonus action, which is cool. And then he is going to gauge the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is going to run up onto this rock, and then he is going to take his sling, and he's going to fire a stone at you from his sling. That's a 20 for 6.
I use my reaction.
Okay.
Or, well, I use deflect missile.
I think you used your action to... Did you hold an action, or you just stood in front of her? Oh, you
Well,
used
it's
deflect
a
missiles.
reaction. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And you know
right.
what? I'm gonna spend a key point and throw it back at him.
Throw it back at him. All right, go for it.
And then try to tell him, back off. So this would just be a unarmed attack, right?
Wow.
I guess
I run a lot of games. I think you're the only monk. Okay, 22 for 5. You kill him.
Yeah, and then I look at the others. I'm like, do you guys want to try too?
And they all, they're actually laughing hysterically at his death. Because it was pretty funny. As he ran up onto the thing, and he said the mean thing, and he threw the stone, and you caught the stone, you threw it back, and you caved in his forehead, and he fell over, and they're all just like, did you see the look on his face before the rock smashed his skull? Yeah, they're down for more fighting. All right, that brings us to the next one. It does a little somersault forward to about here. And it says, oh, the way you handled that rock in your hands, maybe you're more about the stones and not the spears. Hey! Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw reset. Oh, all right. You are immune to their mean words. He is going to fire his slingshot at you. Only a 12.
This one I just sidestep.
All right. Behind you, Karina pulls out a longbow. She aims at, this one, and takes a shot. And kills it. All right. These three look over at the boss like, maybe that wasn't so funny. And the boss stoically looks at them and then points back at you guys. All right. She is going to back further away to like here. All right. The goatling trickster looks over at all of you.
What?
And...
Is this my turn?
Oh, did I skip you? Oh, I'm sorry. Anastasia, you're up.
Alright, so I'll fly up just a little bit, just 10 feet to get over everyone, to get a better view. And then I'm going to... Eldritch Blast, 120? Yeah, so I will shoot at this one over here. Hopefully.
Oof.
Oh, no.
All right.
I somehow knew
As
that
you
was coming.
do, yeah, the wild magics of the forest begin to warp your spell. Let's see what happens. If this attack deals psychic damage, it does not. All right. So it's just a miss. Just fizzles out.
All right. That's it. I'm done. That's it.
All right. Let's see. This one looks over at all of you, begins sort of casting a spell, I suppose. And then, Yeah, that would be hype. Okay. He briefly flickers in place. There's just this brief moment where he is there, and then he's not there, and then he's there again. And in a bleeding voice, he just says,
chosen of the Oracle. She has chosen you to die. She's chosen you to die here in our forest. She has chosen poorly.
And the others all kind of chime in, basically being derisive and cruel and pointing out any sorts of shortcomings they can spot in you. Using his masterful mockery, each of you must make a wisdom saving throw against their combined efforts.
Is this actually a spell, or?
No, he already cast the spell. This is just his version of mockery. Oof. All right. Alexi, Reset, Anastasia, and I think we're still waiting for Talus.
I have some issues here. Hold on.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Those of you who got lower than a 12, so Alexi. Oh wait, sorry. For each goatling. Okay, never mind. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that raises the difficulty to 15. Those of you who got lower than a 15, their insults are so jibing that you fly into a rage. During this time, you have disadvantage on attacks, and attacks upon you have advantage. However, if you hit the goatling that was insulting you with a melee weapon, it is an automatic critical hit. In this case, any of the goatlings, because they did a little group effort there. All right, Talus, you're up. You are not afflicted by these harsh, mean words.
All right, Talus.
They called you a Ken doll. You don't even know what that means. So
I'm actually going to throw my chakram. I'm going to bounce it off the horns of this goat here in order to hit their leader.
Ooh, hype and cinematic. All right, take your +2 bonus. Oh, wow. Yeah, 20 for 9. That's definitely going to hit. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw real quick. All right. The blade bounces off the horns and hits this guy for 9 points of damage. There is a spray of very dark, almost black blood, like a burgundy color, that goes spraying out. And then the blade returns to your hand.
All right.
All right.
And then I have the birdie.
Oh, yeah.
Paratos. It's going to do a flyby attack. Just good.
Oh, and shoot its quills?
That's a talent attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's got extracting nuisance, so when it attacks, it can't be I have opportunity attacks again.
Okay, go for it. That is going to hit. 3 damage, a mighty blow against the goatling. It is bloodied.
Now to finish that movement.
All right, fair enough. That brings us to a bunch of goatlings. This one's dead. This one's alive. Let's see. This one is going to sort of skip forward. And then it is going to, peer out from behind the boulder and use a slingshot on Reset. That is a 19 for 7. Oh wait, you're
It's a straight
dodging?
roll.
Yeah, so it'd
Yeah.
be an 8 for 7. It is a miss. All right. That brings us to this one over here. It is going to move past this one and say,
Brother, watch this. I'm going to die gloriously against this fat guy.
and he looks over at you, Philippocles, and he said,
Yeah, you, Tubbo.
and he's going to shoot you with his slingshot. Oh, all right.
Hurt me.
The stone flies true, like a David and Goliath situation. Let's find out what happens. Let's see, piercing. Oh my. No, bludgeoning, right? Because it's sling bullet. Oh wow, damn. He hits you right between the eyes. You stagger back because the impact is so surprising and sudden, 15 feet, and need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh. All right. The DC was a 16.
He
So
has
as you
advantage.
Oh, right, because barbarian? Question mark.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have I traded danger sense for survival instinct.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. As you stagger back, there is sort of like some scat, like that you guys were kind of looking at before this girl came out, trying to figure out what animals in the area. You step on it with your sandals. You slip. You fall prone and take another d6 points of damage. As you land on your butt, all of the goatlings laugh uproariously. The one who is damaged actually begins to sort of pull at his own ears because the laughter is so overwhelming, and he laughs so hard that he kills himself. The others see him laugh so hard that he kills himself, and on top of the laughter already caused by you falling on your tuchus after being hit by a tiny rock, they all begin laughing. They fall prone from laughter. Their laughter just echoes and reverberates throughout the forest. Just this haunting, taunting, baying sort of bleat over and over and over again. This guy staggers to his feet, barely able to breathe, wheezing. He stumbles forward drunkenly, and he is going to take a shot at Brissette. 21 for 6.
That does hit.
All right.
They are damn good sling users.
Yeah. I mean, low level, high dex creatures, they definitely live a good life for the couple of seconds before they get hit. Skilla the Killer, you up. Okay, just dodge it. You figure they'll probably just kill themselves at this point? Yeah. Alexi, you're up.
Yeah, so this guy here, he's prone.
He is prone, yeah.
Okay.
He's wheezing for breath after his amazing critical hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna look and see that hit that he did, and let's say, don't worry, Phil, I got him. I'll move up and cunning action dash, and then attack this guy with my spear.
All right. Are you under the effects of the rage?
I am.
All right.
It will be a disadvantage, I believe, but
okay.
He's prone. So
you kind of roar to Philippocles that you've got it. Start running across, sort of pole vault up and stab this dude. Is that the plan?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Let's see it. If it hits, it is a critical. Yeah.
Okay.
He is super dead. Let's find out what happens, I guess. You do maximum damage as you drive it deep into his shoulder. He is quite dead.
Beautiful.
All right. As he dies, he lets loose a spray of urine that flies up because they don't have any pants. That flies out of his tiny wiener and kind of sprinkles just a little bit. Threatens to get on your shoe. Please make a dexterity save to avoid it.
Oh, wow.
As that one droplet of pee hits your toe, the rest of them lose their shit. This one falls prone again, and he's just beating at his own chest so hard that he has bloodied himself. This one right here, he just stoops down into a squat and just starts shitting. All right.
What the hell?
Anything else from Alexi?
That's gonna be it.
All right, Philippocles, you're up.
Stand up. And I'm raging.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking pissed off. I'm gonna start. I use my action to dash up to this one. And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, fair enough. Soul, you're up.
So come around and do a kind of a barrel roller to get over to here, and she'll do a help action on this one. For Philippe's next turn, and that'll be
All
it.
right. Okay, fair enough. Hypatia.
All right. I'm starting to get very annoyed right now.
Yeah.
Enough of this puerile nonsense. I'm gonna step forward, and I'm gonna shoot a magic missile at this guy.
Oh.
I just want to take him out.
All right. As you do so, please give me an intelligence saving throw. Okay. Go ahead and roll that sweet damage for me. All right. As the missiles strike once, twice, and a third time, he lets out a bleat and falls over. Dead. This one, wheezing, rolls over and sees him die, and just, he can't even make sound. He's like having so much trouble breathing through the laughter. This guy, he's squatting in front of you taking a shit, Philippocles, and he looks up at you and smiles, and he's just like, "Do you see the violence? It's amazing."
Going to kill you.
Anything else from Hypatia?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Baratos, you're up.
He actually goes on my turn. I shouldn't have gave him.
Oh, no worries. Okay. Top of the round, we're set. We could probably finish this up, and then that'll be the session. I don't think
I'll
these two
move
are...
up to this one,
Mm-hmm.
and as it's laughing, I'm just gonna stab it.
All right. 15 hits.
Whoops.
The other two do not. So you just kind of pound it after it dies. All right. Seeing its brother killed, just a fresh stream of dookie comes flying out of its butthole. The farts it's making just send it into further peals of bleeding laughter.
Okay, 5 steps of movement left. I back away from the pile of poo.
All right, fair enough. Corina, hearing the stories of Philippocles, does nothing. She will take the dodge action. Anastasia?
Yeah, that's Sacred Flame.
Oh, come on. Let Phil have it.
Oh, well,
He had to
For-
sit and poo.
1 damage.
All right.
I don't think it
It
dies
gets a
from
dex
1
save.
damage.
It takes 1 damage and is still alive, as it is blasted with radiant damage.
There you go.
All right.